Hi, this is Vic. In this tutorial, we look at abstract classes in Java. So abstract classes are the classes that are used to create a more generalized form of a class. So there may be times when you want to create a superclass that only defines a generalized form, and there may be methods that each subclass have to fill the details for. So we'll take the example that we have taken in the inheritance tutorial, that is the person and an employee. But here we'll make some changes. The employee is extending the person. Now what we'll do, we'll make the employee as an abstract class, because in an organization there may be many different employees, like a salaried employee, a commission employee, or someone who is getting wages, that is, who is not permanent. So to make an employee an abstract class, what we can do, we can use an abstract keyword here, abstract. So by using an abstract over here, we have made this employee class as an abstract class. So what this abstract did is it made the employee class an abstract general form class. The implementations over here are the concrete implementations, and the most important part of any abstract class is that we can define abstract methods in an abstract class. So here let's create an abstract method called salary. Over here let's create it, void salary, and let's put a semicolon. So this method is an abstract method if we put an abstract over here, abstract. So now this is an abstract way of defining the salary method, and here you can see we are not having any curly braces, pair of curly braces, so there is no implementation for this. Now each class that inherits the employee class will have to override this method, that is, define this method. This becomes the compulsion now, and as you can see we are having the implementations also. So an abstract class is not a 100% abstract class, it is also having a concrete method and also the constructors. But do remember that an abstract class cannot be instantiated. That is, although we are having the constructors, we cannot instantiate an abstract class. We cannot use a new to create objects of the employee. So let's try to make the objects of employee. Let's open the app.java. And here let's try to make objects of employee. Employee emp equals new employee. So now here you are getting an error, employee is abstract and cannot be instantiated. So let's comment this out and go back to the employee. Now one more thing, if we are having at least one method as an abstract method, then we have to make our class as an abstract. So if we remove this abstract from here and we are having an abstract method over here, a warning, a compile error is produced. Here we can see employee is not abstract and does not override abstract method salary in employee. So we have to put the abstract back here. So let's put the abstract over here. Now it is fine. Now let's create a class that inherits the employee class. So here let's go to new Java class and let's create a salaried employee. Salaried employee. Finish. And here we are having a salaried employee. Now this salaried employee will extend the employee, and here you can see we are getting an error that it is not abstract and is not overriding the abstract method. So now this becomes the compulsion that the abstract method defined in employee, that is the salary method, either should be implemented by the salaried employee or it should be made an abstract class. So if we make it abstract, this doesn't give any error and it will only inherit everything that the employee contains, even the abstract method. But this will become a chain if we make the abstract classes only, and there will be no way that we will create the objects for salaried employee or employee. So let's remove this abstract and let's implement the method. So click on this and it is saying implement all abstract methods. So click on this. And here you can see we get the annotation @override, and here we get the void salary method with an implementation. But let's remove the default implementation and let's write our own implementation. So a salaried employee will be getting many things like daily allowance or transport allowance and many other things. So let's take double daily allowance and also the travel allowance. So these will be the two we'll be considering for the salary. So the default salary, there will be a default salary. So an salaried employee will be having some base salary. So let's also have a base salary, having, let's S out, my salary is, and let's over here, let's have parentheses so that we can add the base salary plus DA plus TA. So here we are getting the salary, and also we can have many other methods. So here let's comment and write many other implementations. So this is one of the class that is implementing or extending the abstract class employee. Now let's create the object for this salaried employee. Go to the app.java, and here let's have salaried employee emp equals new salaried employee, and with this emp dot we can call the salary. So shift F6, and because we haven't given anything to DA and all, we'll be getting a 0 result. Here you can see the salary is 0.0. So if we set the DA and all, we'll get the perfect salary. And one more thing here, let's have an employee reference. I have told that we cannot instantiate the abstract class, but we can have a reference to it. So let's name it employee, full employee, and this is a reference. So this employee will be referring to the emp, which is referring to the object of salaried employee. So if we do employee dot, so we will be having this salary over here, and this is completely okay and will give the same result as this emp.salary. So this is the example for the abstract class, and it's now upon you to play with the abstract class. And this is always a better way of coding, to code our program on interfaces and not on the implementations. What I mean by interfaces is the abstract class is like an interface because it is providing the abstract methods, and also the interface we'll be looking at in the next tutorial. So using the abstract class as an interface is a good object-oriented design. So the last thing I want to tell here is, here you can see we are having a constructor. So if we try to make this abstract, let's make this abstract, we will get an error because modifier abstract not allowed here. It is saying modifier abstract is not allowed here because a constructor cannot be abstract. And also if we have the static methods, suppose we make this static, it will also give an error because static methods also cannot be abstract. And always keep in mind that final and abstract cannot be used together. So if we try to make it a final abstract, it is completely wrong because a final class cannot be extended and an abstract class should always be extended. And same applies to the method. A final method cannot be overridden, and this is in contrast to the abstract, which needs to be overridden by all the subclasses of an abstract class. So with this we come to the end of the tutorial, and since this is a beginner's course, we'll focus only on a small aspect of the abstract classes. And if you go for a design pattern course, you'll see how much these abstract classes are useful. And in the next tutorial, we'll be looking at the interfaces, which is a very important part of Java. Stay tuned with this tutorial series and see you next time.